Alright, as we know, truck came with a 4L60E, wasn't hooked up right, had a bad front pump. Not the route I'm going. So here I have two turbo 350s. Both of them need to be rebuilt, but minimal. It's just clutches and bands supposedly. So instead of paying $550 to $700 to have one rebuilt, I'm gonna buy a book and do it myself. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so it's March 11th. Got the motor in 2 weeks ago. Robert wasn't able to come and help. You know, that'd have been sweet. But anyway, so this is one of the last big haul of parts that I got in. Some ceramic coated headers. There'll be more pictures of them once they're on. I had to go with ceramic. I couldn't cut the corner of going with the typical headers like was on the truck that were painted. They get really, really hot. The temperature difference from a few videos that I've watched, you know, dyno videos with the headers on the vehicle, on the dyno, ceramic headers can run up to 500 degrees cooler. I mean, that's the difference of melting a lot of plastic, you know, plug wire sacrificed, all that. So anyway, some aluminum, really crazy looking head gasket. I want to make sure that there's no exhaust leaks for the long haul. Here's part of the transmission rebuild kit. You know, new clutches, new plates, new seals, new bushings, new bearings. Whole lot of stuff. Got a new drain pan. It wasn't necessarily that I wanted a chrome one as much as one with a good drain plug. You know, for the longevity of the vehicle, staying in the family and having it, you know, for a long time, a drain plug on the transmission pan is gonna pay for itself over the time. Transco reprogramming shift kit. I specifically got this one because unlike the B&M, this one comes with new springs, you know, new check balls. The B&M one, according to what I read, it just, you know, you remove the one of the springs in the valve body and that's pretty much it. This right here, actually, you know, you're changing it internally. It just had better reviews, you know, a lot more professional like guys recommended this one. Just like the reviews also, the box is too small for the stupid cork gasket, so it's probably damaged a little bit. It doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna use a cork gasket. That's old school, you know. The rubber nylon like gasket is the way to go. I don't know why they do that. Anyway, got the reducers for the exhaust. I didn't know it came with them, but anyway, I got 3 to 3 where it came with a 3 to 2.5. So I'll talk to the exhaust guy, see what's best. Some Proform locking header bolts. Really like the design. Was really impressed with them. So they kind of seemed like a no-brainer. One thing I didn't see is it was supposed to come with this free tool with them. I have not yet to see that, so I don't know what the deal is with that. New throttle linkage, hopefully that one will work. Maybe that's the tool right there. There we go. Yeah, just a little novelty thing that came with it. Anyway, and this is Summit's stall converter. I mean, it's a rebuilt, refurbished torque converter, but anyway, it's a 18 to 2100 stall. My cam specifically needs a 2000 stall. And gearing, luckily the truck has a 12 bolt. It's not a posi, but it does have 410 gears in it, and you know, over the span of owning it, he can put a limited slip piece in it, or maybe a 4.9 inch, who knows, you know, whatever. Anyway, today my task, you know, is going to be attempting to rebuild the transmission. It's case is in really great condition. The internals were actually in excellent condition. It appears that, you know, just like the owner had said, they smoked it on a trailer, pulling a trailer, smoked first gear. All the other clutches looked fine. Not reusing them, but they looked good. None of the plates were burnt up, no markings on them, so I can do it. Other people do it for a living, I can do it, you know. So that's that. Get the trainer rebuilt, get it in the truck. Besides some new U-joints, that completes pretty much the drivetrain. Minus getting the radiator in place, the coolant hoses, and the accessories on the motor, then that'll be done. Then it's interior and exterior. a little bit of some suspension work and some tires. I need to get to driving this thing. So once the transmission and the drivetrain's done, I'll probably get to working on it throughout the week as well, because I need to drive it for a while before Father's Day comes. I want to put some miles on it, make sure there's no surprises. But a little bit of a video of the motor in. It's the straps are really just extra security. Last thing I want is for something happening and it shifting backwards on those mounts and messing up some stuff. I was smart and took off the distributor anyway, so I got to clock the fuel inlets a little bit differently. But anyway, that's that. I still haven't really figured out exactly what I'm gonna do with the radiator. It didn't leak. It's a really good old school radiator. Just needs to be freshened up. So probably do something with it and keep it. I was gonna run electric fans, try to get all fancy, but between budget and time, I bought a new shroud, upper and lower shroud that's coming in. You know, every little thing on this truck that one would typically get to reuse to save money was destroyed. You know, you don't typically, you know, the harmonic balancer was just destroyed. Somebody put the wrong size bolts in it on purpose, you know. Just every little thing. It didn't have washer flow tank, didn't have an overflow tank. Someone, you know, took the peacock nipple off of the radiator for the overflow. Just every little thing, man. It blew my mind, you know. Yes, I drove it, but man, you know, just every small, minute thing was just destroyed. That's what happens when people think that they can work on vehicles and do wiring and paint. Either way, it's going to make a good solid truck for a long time. He can restore it little by little more if he wants to over the years. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fun. That's the way it's going to go. Till next time. Hopefully the next video is the transmission in the truck and everything went smooth. We'll see. Alright, so I wanted to do a little update here. It's March 24th, I think. I rebuilt the transmission. It's already in the truck. I would have got it done that Friday that I started it, but I ended up having to helicoil some of the bolts for the valve body assembly. I wasn't going to cut any corners. I needed to helicoil them. I ended up doing, like, I think a total of 20 helicoils total on the transmission. Anyway, so I've got the transmission in. Headers were a tight fit. Got real close right there. I'll have to keep an eye on it, this area right here. But headers on. Replaced the heater core today. Got the fuel lines ran the other day. Major power steering problems. The mounts that they used and the power steering pump that they used wasn't right. The one I got out of the van, it'll never work. I ended up having to buy a new one. The shroud that I bought as well. I bought a brand new shroud. There's the upper part of it and there's the lower. And it was too small. Factory shroud. It's too small for this radiator that's in this truck. It's a bigger radiator. So I'm going back with the shroud that came off of it. The reason why I didn't do that originally was because the shroud that came off of it had two holes, a hole in the bottom and the top. I'm tired of fighting with it. So I took some galvanized sheet metal and riveted the patch up. That's the bottom. The top's got a little epoxy for another crack in the plastic too. You can't really see it yet either, but it'll be done. Anyway, transmission turned out great. I'm very confident that it's gonna run really good. Here's the transmission pan. Here's the end of the headers. Put the plugs in. Finally got the wire loomed how I want to. About to throw on the new power steering pump. Hopefully fire this thing up and let her get out of the garage under her own power this weekend. We'll see. Still lots to do, a lot of interior work. Still got the body work to do. A few areas. I got most of them painted with yellow, the areas I'm gonna address, but it's getting there. Budget's getting low. It's gonna still need tires. Still got to get shocks for it. Still got to get brakes possibly, but getting there. Progress as usual.